Today in our 2009 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, we're going to be test fitting the Hollywood Rack's Trail Lighter 2-bike platform rack. Now we have a bike installed. Let's take a closer look and show off some of the features. Now to start, we're going to have 3 different points where our bike is secured. We have a hook and loop strap on the back wheel right here. And we're also going to have the same thing on the front wheel. Both of those are going to be securing the bike tires onto the wheel trays. Then we're also going to have this padded frame hook putting downward force on top of our bike, forcing it down into the cradles. And this rubber padding is going to help protect the bike frame from any type of scratches or abrasions. Now one thing that's cool about unloading your bikes, and especially because of how it sits on our Jeep, is that because the bike when installed sits pretty close to the spare tire, it makes it pretty hard to kind of just, jimmy it in there and try to figure out a way to maneuver it around the mast right here where our hooks are and the spare tire. But with this bike rack, all we got to do is pull this pin right here that sits right there. Once we pull that, we're going to raise up on the hook, and we can just fold the arm away like so, just like that. And then we can just take our straps off after that. And then from here, we don't have to worry about any type of hassle trying to maneuver it into the spot. You can just take it right off. And then when you're done, just go ahead, fold it all the way back up, and replace the pin. Now let's go ahead and provide a few measurements. With any hitch-mounted accessory, you are going to have added length to your vehicle. We'll go from the spare tire to the outermost point. That's 20 inches you've added onto your vehicle. Now if you don't have a spare tire, we'll go from the bumper. That's 28 inches we've added onto the back of the vehicle. Now one thing that's really cool about this bike rack is we have a nice raise in the shank right here, which makes the bike level with the bottom of your spare tire. So that's going to help out for if you're traveling, through a creek or something. You don't have to worry about your bikes getting dipped all the way into the water and maybe ruining them. So for ground clearance, we're going to be sitting at 24 inches, so exactly 2 feet, which again is probably plenty of space. Now we're going to go from the closest point, which is these cradles right here, but they're sitting pretty far away from the bumper at about 11 inches, even from the tire at about 5 inches. But they're stationary, they're not going to come close to making contact. Now we can't tilt this away from the vehicle to gain access to the trunk, and we also can't fold it up to conserve on space. However, it does have a unique way of folding that is going to be helpful for storage purposes. We'll go ahead and pull that pin right there, and we're going to pull this pin on the other side as well. And then we're going to fold up our 2 arms, like so. Then we're going to replace the pins. Like so. Once you do that, it's kind of folded up like a suitcase. And again, this is great for storage purposes. You can lean it up against the wall in your garage. You can even store it in your trunk if you want to, if you have no bikes loaded. Really, you can put it anywhere you feel is best. Now let's come down and see how it attaches to our hitch. We're going to have a 2-inch receiver on our Jeep right here, but if you have another vehicle in your household that has an 1.25-inch receiver, you can take off this sleeve that comes with your bike rack, and that's going to convert the shank to an 1.25-inch shank, so it's going to fit a wide variety of vehicles. We also have an anti-rattle bolt that, when tightened down, takes away the shaking plate from the bike rack while we're traveling. We also have a lock on the other side, which is a nice feature, so no one can remove the bike rack without that key. And that'll do it for our look at the Hollywood Rack's Trail Lighter 2-bike platform rack on our 2009 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action. This simulates turning corners or evasively maneuvering. Once we get to the full speed bumps, we'll see the up and down action. This will be just like driving in and out of a parking lot, parking garage, or driveway. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement.